morning. It's about 10:45 on November 20th. It's Friday. I am sitting in my Tahoe and I'm not in Chadwick. I am sitting in Savanna. Savanna is a town that is about 20 minutes further northwest from Chadwick. And the reason I am sitting here is that I am sitting outside a house that I just closed on yesterday. So I haven't really been making too many videos or anything because I've been working on this. So I bought a house. Yes, a new house. Chadwick just wasn't working out. So I borrowed the money from someone I knew. I couldn't get financing through the bank. They approved. They did a pre-approval for $20,000, but then when I found the house, they didn't. Because I only paid $19,000 for it. They couldn't believe that I found a house that I could move into for that, so they refused to honor the pre-approval that they did. So the house is right around, it was built in the 1880s, so that makes it around 140 years old. So there are some things that need to be worked on. I did get a home inspection with this house. Yay! There's absolutely no mold. I'm excited. The furnace works, the plumbing works. There's some stuff that needs to be fixed that the home inspection mentioned. But it's not anything that would stop me from moving in. So I'm here today to clean because it needs to be cleaned. I'll probably get the downstairs done today and then the up the stairs tomorrow. So it's a 2-story brick house. Like I said, it was built in the 1880s. I forget the exact year. The gentleman who did the home inspection said just kind of excuse me, he's like, just kind of take that date as an estimate, because a lot of the homes out here, they don't actually know the the actual date they were built, because the records that were kept weren't that great. So yeah, so it could be older, not really sure. When it was built, it didn't have a kitchen, and it didn't have an indoor bathroom. It has a limestone basement, so it doesn't have the traditional cement basement. I was doing some research, and houses from this period didn't even have insulation. People used horsehair or hay, wadded paper. You know, people have opened up walls and they found like posters from movies way back when, you know, they just used whatever they could find to stuff in the walls to act as insulation. So there's probably not insulation. The electric that's there, I always forget what it's called. I always want to call it tongue and groove, but it's knob and tube, which is really old wiring. And in itself, it's not bad wiring, but when people, especially when they're just when they don't really know what they're just doing their own home improvements, when they start mixing it with more modern wire, it can become a fire hazard. So that was one of the things in the home inspection, because I don't know if it was the people who lived here before. They'd lived here for 16 years, and so I don't know if it was him that did the the updates on the electric or if it was whoever they bought it from, but so it's got the two different wiring that's mixed. And if it's done right, it can be fine. But, you know, we'll have to find out. The house is here, hasn't caught fire, and, you know, naturally the people who do the home inspection, they have to do worst case scenario to cover themselves. So, but yeah, I think it's a little over 1,800 square feet, which is huge for me. You know, the duplex that I had in Plano was only 13, just shy of 1,400 square feet. The home I bought in Chadwick was like 640. The shed I've been living in is 240 square feet. So this is going to be an adjustment. And I love the house. It's got so much beautiful detail. It it needs to be rehabbed, and that will have to happen over time because I don't really have the resources for that. But yeah. So new home. It will have heat. The only really bad thing. It's not a bad thing. If I still only had just Peanut and Foxy, my two Chihuahuas, it would be fine, but because of Rainbow, it's not so great. There's basically no yard. Savanna sits right on the Mississippi, and I'm not in a flood zone. The Mississippi often floods, and I'm in where the elevation, the topography here is completely different than Chadwick, which is only like 20 minutes away, but Chadwick is like flat. Here, you know, it just goes up, and you know, I was driving some of the roads and the Tahoe was struggling, and I'm like, how do people live here? The elevation is so high, but I'm on like the first level of elevation, so the house isn't in a flood zone from the Mississippi, but the house, because it's on the beginning of the elevation, what would be the backyard is like a 45-degree angle going up into wooded area, and the basement will get water from runoff from that incline. But you know, and I'm sure you'll see in other videos that I do, there isn't much of a yard. It isn't anything. So my plan is, because I'm not selling the property in Chadwick, my plan is to go between the two, so that Rainbow can run around and go crazy. Because yesterday, you know, I've been gone a lot with, you know, everything that's been going on with getting ready for closing and everything. But so I haven't been there a whole lot, and it was almost 70 degrees yesterday, and she just went crazy. She was just running and running and running and doing laps around the yard, and I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna work. The yard in Savanna, she needs more space. You know, Peanut and Foxy, they go outside, they do their business, they won't right back in. Rainbow, you know, even with taking her for walks, she wants to run. She's still a puppy. And so we'll probably be going back and forth between Savanna and Chadwick. It's probably going to take me a couple days to clean it, because I probably won't be able to get it all cleaned in one day, especially since I forgot the mop. But yeah, and I was going to bring all the animals out and then continue to move things, but you know, I was thinking last night, animals get stressed too, just like people do, and so I think instead of bringing them out here as soon as I get everything cleaned, I think I might just move stuff in here, and then still stay in Chadwick for a little while. The weather, it's still holding. It hasn't snowed yet, knock on wood or whatever whatever you want to do. But and I have propane to make it through the colder evenings. So I mean, I'm definitely not bringing them here until the whole place gets cleaned. And but yeah, no, so I think we'll still be in Chadwick for a little while I clean, and then start bringing stuff out of storage, because I don't want to stress them out any more than I have to. You know, if I'm gonna leave them someplace for any duration of time, I'd rather, at least for right now, until they get used to being here, leave them in Chadwick, because Chadwick is what they're used to. It's where they're comfortable. They have, you know, their spots where they lay and everything. So yeah, no, until I get stuff moved here and am comfortable enough where I can be here and have everything I need, I'm still gonna be staying in Chadwick, I think, just because I don't want to stress my animals out any more than I have to. So, but yeah, so it's probably, what time is it? Yeah, it's just before 11, so I'm gonna go in and clean and see how much I get done today. And I'm probably gonna take a shower here, which will be the first time in almost a year. The end of January will be a year that I've actually showered like in a normal shower, so that should be interesting. So I mean, obviously I've bathed and, you know, and in Chadwick, you know, I had my makeshift shower and everything. So, but yeah, I can already, like, in my mind think like I'm wasting so much water. That's probably what's going to be going through my head, because I can wash my hair with less than 1 gallon of water, and I can wash my body with less than 1 gallon of water. So that's less than 2 gallons of water to shower. And I know, you know, I'm just, anyways. But, so yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and go inside, probably take video of the stuff that I'm working on, so kind of document it. But yeah, so I bought a new house here in Savanna. Not selling the house in Chadwick. Gonna sit on that and figure out what I'm gonna do. If I sell it now, I'm gonna take a loss, and I don't really want to take a loss. Plus the shed, there's no place for me to put it here, and I still have another year of payments to make on that. When I sell my pickup, I'll probably pay the shed off, but still, I don't have anywhere to put it right now. So, but yeah, so that's what I've been working on. That's why I've been kind of quiet lately. I've been secretly finding ways, trying to get the financing and looking at properties, and found one. So yeah, surprise. Anyways, later. So excuse me, this is the half bath on the lower level. There is absolutely no light in here. There is an outlet, but yeah, no light. So it's got some fixtures. They are older, kind of icky, and it's got the teeny tiniest little sink. The water works kind of rusty from being turned off. There it goes. But there's hot water. So I'm gonna clean this. Ugh, I can see myself in the mirror. Did not realize that. But so, and then the kitchen. And like I said earlier, the house wasn't built with bathrooms and kitchens, so these were just kind of add-ons through the years. But there's like not really any place for anything. Things are just kind of stuck around. It's got 2 windows. It's got this gas stove that's just kind of sitting here. And that's not even a formal countertop, it's just a metal top that's sitting on top of 2 things. And then some random cabinet that is here. You can kind of see how the yard, that's the backyard, that's terraced up, and the terracing needs work to prevent further erosion, but yeah. So I'm actually getting rid of the fridge. It does turn on, but oh, it seems to be doing a little better. Yesterday, or no, not yesterday. Oh, there it is. It's not, yeah, it's not, one, it needs to be cleaned, but the suction around the refrigerator is not working well, so I was gonna get rid of it. I'm used to not having a refrigerator. If we had normal temperatures, I would just have a cooler, which I might try. But yeah, and then I'm thinking of getting rid of the stove as well. I ordered just an electric burner. So I'm gonna, I guess hot plate it can be called. So I'm gonna just use that and get rid of here because there's no room whatsoever to move around in here and do anything. So I actually kind of like this sink, how it is. I thought it was one big sink, just one, but it's 2. But I like the open concept. Maybe find a way to hide the pipes, but yeah. And then there's another cabinet over there, and she had some stuff hanging. There's doors all over this place. So there's one here that goes outside. I've got it open because as I'll show as I walk around the house, she nailed all the windows shut because she was worried about somebody breaking in. And then this door goes down to the basement, which I can't, it's so difficult for me to get in. The stairs are not very nice. But yeah, so I'm gonna work on cleaning this, see how far I get. I'm gonna email someone that what was John Whitney. He was the guy who owned the paper, who ran the articles I was in. He put me in touch with someone. I donated something rather than selling it. The futon, I paid like $180 for it, and I could have sold it, but instead it's gonna go to someone who was homeless and is being put in housing, just holding on to it for them. But I'm gonna shoot her an email and ask if they have someone who could use appliances. So I would love to be able to redo the kitchen and bath, wall off that door in the other room and turn it into a 3/4 bath, and then redo this kitchen area with much smaller appliances. I'd like apartment size, because I know from previous, I just don't need big appliances. I don't do much cooking anymore since I don't cook for the family. So, and then there's this weird panel up here. The guy who did the home inspection thinks it gets to the plumbing in, because the full bath is directly above this, so he thinks that's access to the the plumbing, and then I don't know what that little box is, but yeah, so I'm gonna start cleaning later. I forgot to take a video before I got started. This is, I'm told, what was the original dining room. For me, it's just another sitting room. The bathroom is off that. It's got these amazing, these doors. I forget what the sliding doors, I forget what they're called, but they're off the tracks. The guy who did the inspection said that somebody would have to pull the framing off and clean it and mount it because it's off the track up there. But yeah, so this was the original dining room. There's a little lamp feature up there that light works. She left the stained glass window that is here. It has to be repaired though. It has a bunch of cracks, but it is really beautiful. Yeah, there's this white powder all over the place. I've already swept and vacuumed some of it up. Here's some of it. I'm hoping, because for some reason the washer and dryer are in here. I'm guessing they were in the basement, but it was too difficult for her to get up and down. Because like I said, the basement stairs are really bad. So they put the washer and dryer in here. So I don't know if the white powder is from laundry detergent or maybe it's talcum powder, because I know her husband passed away from cancer not long ago. So maybe he was camped out in here on hospice. I don't really know. She left this piece. It's a bookcase. It's gorgeous. So I'm gonna try to clean it up and move it. But yeah, so I did that, and then can't really tell. The bathroom's all clean. And then the kitchen, I cleaned it. I forgot the mop, so I haven't been able to mop anything. But I sent an email to that lady about the fridge and the stove, so we'll see if she wants them. If not, I'll find some scrap person. So I'm excited about the washer and dryer. I won't have to, hopefully they still work. And if they do, I won't have to lug things back and forth to the laundromat anymore. So yay. This is the front room. I don't know, maybe it was like a parlor or something. It's off the dining room. It's got 3 big windows, and this room seems to have like more detailing. Like, maybe that's not the best with the sun, but like this one's got, it's hard to see because they painted it white, but it's got like ridges, and then it's got medallions up there. And I like the wood better than the natural wood better than the painted. So, but this is the other side, and this also has more detailing than the side on the dining room. And I remember they're called pocket doors. Finally remembered. I've already hauled some furniture out of here. And then I remembered, oh yeah, we should take a video. But yeah, it's just got, I don't know, I'm tired from cleaning already. But that's the dining room through there. And then this is, I guess it must have been like a formal sitting room or something. But yeah, and it seems like at some point they had it gray. It's in need of a paint job, but it's not gonna get one until I figure out what I'm gonna do. But yeah, no, there are all these flies in here, and they're all over, they're like dead on the floor. And they weren't here when I viewed the property for the first time, and they weren't here for the inspection, and that's the view of Savanna. There's a church down there. So, but a friend of mine said that it was probably when the water was turned on. I guess flies and other little critters can live in the pipes. So when the water was turned on, he said it probably forced all of them out into the house, which makes sense because I came over here the day the water was turned on and they were all here. So most of them have died. There's just a few hang-ons. So it's got forced air heat. That area goes out into the front. I guess it would have been in Victorian days a foyer. It's got the original door with some stained glass panels. So it's got the original stair banister, and fortunately all the spindles are here. The only thing it's missing, this one is flat, and both of them up there have those round pieces, so this was broken off. They painted the stairs that same icky, like baby poo diarrhea color. So, but yeah, more flies in here. And then this little nook. So, yeah, there was a huge mirror right there. She took it. We had originally set the contract where everything in here stayed. And she almost canceled the sale because she didn't realize what she had signed. And she freaked out when she thought she was going to lose like an antique heirloom hutch. And the realtor called me and she's like, oh my gosh, she's like, she's going to cancel the sale. She's like, you're going to have to get, a lawyer, and it's breach of contract. And I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm like, just let her have whatever she wants. It's her stuff. And, it would have been just a perk, for me to get any furniture. That way I don't have to rush as much to get stuff out of storage. But yeah, so there was, back in that corner you can see there was an antique hutch there. It was gorgeous. But yeah, so I'm gonna do some dusting, dust the walls. You can see the tape is peeling off. So yeah, it needs a lot of work, but it isn't anything that would stop someone from living in here. It just needs to be cleaned and can be rehabbed slowly. So, but yeah, I'm starting to get tired. So, but yeah, no, the kitchen, the down the stairs half bath, the dining room. I don't have a mop, so I couldn't mop. But yeah, those are all clean, so I'm about to start this, I don't know, parlor, sitting room, whatever it would have been called back in the day. So I'm gonna do that now. So it is about 3 o'clock and I'm calling it a day. I got done pretty much what I wanted to. I got this front room cleaned up, swept the walls, swept the floor, got the dining room cleaned up. There's already some more dead flies. That's my little vacuum. I got that at Goodwill for $3.99 like 7 years ago, and it still works. So, and then I hauled this bad boy in. Wow, that was a challenge. I really need to make some friends. But it's a chaise lounger. I figured I'd get that way I can sleep in it, because I don't actually sleep in a bed. I just sleep in an oversized, it's like a chair and a half with an ottoman, and I love it because I don't know why I get really bad acid reflux. Maybe it's my heart condition. But so I got this from Wayfair. Wait, Wayfair.com? I'm not sure. But yeah, so I held this in. I think it's like 60 pounds, so I got beat up because it's an uphill, literally an uphill battle to come in. So, but yeah, no, I need to come in and then I'll re-vacuum because there's going to be more dead flies. Get the windows cleaned, the floors mopped. Yeah. So those are some books I had in my truck that I bought in, and that chair. So I think I'm gonna put the majority of furniture in this front room. It gets the most light, and I like light, so I'll probably put the chaise right there, and then I have another one of the chair and a half chairs that I sleep in storage, so it's at the front, so hopefully I can get that out and in here by myself, but put that in this corner. So that thing, I think, is an old vinyl record case. I thought I was gonna keep it and like put dog toys in it, but at the slightest little nudge, it drops open, and yeah, so that's not very cool, but I'm gonna keep it for now so I can put stuff on it because everything's in storage. But yeah, I think it's an old vinyl record holder, and I say that because there was one record set in there, and I think it was Learn to Speak Swedish or something like that. So, but yeah, and then I moved this piece in here. I'm gonna put some books on it and some stuff, so. But yeah, I'm calling it a day. I'm exhausted. I'm losing the light. It's probably gonna be dark by the time I get home. So, anyways, later. Well, it's the end of the day on Friday the 20th. Finished up on the house. Sitting in the Tahoe, getting ready to leave and head home. Probably gonna pick up some food. I don't know what my options are. But I took a shower, like an actual real shower, for the first time since late last January. It was lovely. Hot water. So, hot water, clean clothes. I'm exhausted. My body is aching. Oh well, hopefully I'll sleep well and then be back here tomorrow. Taking the call in the house, Lovey. I don't know why. I was actually talking to the house, and I'm like, give me a clue or something, what you want to be called. And as I was walking out the door, that something, I don't know why, Lovey just popped into my head. So I'm like, okay, I'll call you Lovey, unless something else materializes. So, yeah. I'm gonna do a quick search, see what is around here to eat. I know there's a Subway. I haven't had them in forever. But, yeah. So, first day, I think I did pretty good. But anyways, later.